Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Hope you had a great weekend. We went through a lot of rain this weekend, so we're a little flooded where I'm at here. So my name is Eric Croft. Command your legacy, and 50-pound weight loss success story, former PT struggler, and a cancer survivor. I hope you had a great weekend. Today I want to talk about encouragement. Something that we all need in life because we all live in a chronically negative world, right? Back when I was struggling with PT, my PT test and overweight, 225 pounds, needing to drop some weight, barely making the scale, or I was on the scale and barely making tape, barely passing the PT test itself. There wasn't a lot of encouragement around me. It was just like, you didn't do so well, do better next time. Here's a counseling statement. If you did, if I didn't pass, here's a counseling statement, and we'll see you next time. It wasn't like, hey, this is what we need to do to transform your PT test into something positive. There was no encouragement to help me get through. It was just, you didn't pass. Here's a form, sign it, and hopefully it will not affect your career in the end. So, we live in a chronically negative world, right? So that's what we've got to transform our minds and help each other become better. We look at shiny objects and we see what others have and that we want, and then we just get discouraged because we can't get there. And the biggest limit that we have is that we're not able to obtain that because we limit ourselves. We think that we're not good enough. We think we don't have what it takes to get what others have that we want. We think the worst about the situation. You've got to erase that. You set your own limits. You can obtain the things that you want to obtain in life if you put forth the effort and work and the opportunity and put yourself in a place to get there. You've got to encourage yourself to know that you're good enough. And even though there may not be anybody around you to tell you that. And if you're keeping something that you want to yourself, maybe you need to share that with somebody so that way they can give you an opportunity or give you the encouragement to say, hey, go reach for that. Go get it. Take care of it. Let's help you get there. Let me help you find the tools to give you the ability to obtain what you want to obtain. Remove the conflict on the outside that you have and the fear from the inside that you cannot do something. There's things that we will, again, like I said, we just limit ourselves. And you've got to remove that fear. You've got to strip it and remove that conflict and say, I can do this. And let others in to those walls that you've built up and break them down so others can get in and see and help and give you the encouragement that you need to obtain what you want to reach in life. You've got to, in the end, you've got to be a voice of encouragement to yourself. You've got to encourage yourself. Don't wait on others to do it. If you feel like there's something that you want to obtain in life, then don't wait on others to give you the go-ahead. If I would have waited on my PT test and improving my abilities through the PT test and dropping all that weight, if I would have waited on others, I'd still be in the same place. I had to find a way to encourage myself to break those boundaries and break those walls down that I've created around myself, telling me I wasn't good enough and it was never going to happen. I had to break that down. I had to find the encouragement to get pushed through that and bring out a more powerful me. There's 3 things that you can do to be encouraged. That's what I want to share with you. First thing that you can do, 3 tips. Encourage others. It's the first place you need to start. If you feel like you don't have the encouragement to do things yourself, start taking that and encouraging others, even though you don't feel like it. Be a light in someone else's life. Even though you may be in a situation where you feel like you're not getting the encouragement that you need or want or feel as if you deserve, turn that around and encourage someone else. Lift someone else up, even though that you're not feeling feeling as encouraged as you should be. With that, be consistent with it. Make sure you're continually encouraging someone else that may be down and in a slump or in a place to where that they feel like they can't achieve something. Be a light in their life and encourage them a little bit. You end up receiving what you give. And if you're giving encouragement and you be consistent and you're being consistent with that, that's going to be reciprocated, and it's going to end up being something that you're going to end up receiving yourself in the end. So encourage others. Second thing is be the voice of encouragement. Show that just because something takes you down doesn't mean that it's going to keep you down, that you can overcome it. Same, when I went through my PT struggle and I overcame my struggles with PT tests and dropping the weight and dropping two uniform sizes, I battled something else with testicular cancer right after that. I was preparing myself for that next fight that I had, and I was not aware of that. Cancer took me down. Had 2 major surgeries. I knew that, I was getting encouragement from my family. I know, and my friends, and just those that were around me, my circle, those that I had close to me, and then those that were distant as well. They were all cheering me on and giving me that encouragement. But I had to encourage myself as well. And I took in their encouragement, and that helped me build my encouragement for me to overcome. So as soon as I came upon the end of my 6-week recovery of my second surgery, which was a pretty massive major surgery where they removed 26 lymph nodes from my back, I created a path for me to recover quickly. I'd already prepared myself unknowingly prior to my first surgery, which gave me the strength physically and mentally to overcome both surgeries. So I had to push my way through and show others that I can rebound from this. I was not going to let this take me down. So I was sharing that and telling people, hey, I've got this. I can overcome this. Thank you for your support. I need it. Please keep it coming, but I've got this. And with you next to me, shoulder to shoulder, we can get through. And by doing that, 6 months or 8 months after my surgery, I was skiing in Colorado, going down the blue slopes. 9 months later, 9 months after the second surgery, a month after skiing in Colorado, I was taking a PT test and hit 90% on each event. And then 1 year later, I was running a Spartan race. It was because of that encouragement that kept me going, and the self-encouragement showing myself that I could do it too. By me doing it myself was encouraging others because I was sharing my recovery. I was being the light. I was being the encouragement for others. And I was being the voice, and I was practicing what I was preaching. So encourage others. Be the voice. Show others that you can overcome, and practice what you preach within that. Third tip, encourage yourself. It all centers around encouragement. Encouraging others. Because you're encouraging somebody else, that's going to be reciprocated, right? At the same time, like I just said, by being the voice of encouragement, I was encouraging myself. By encouraging myself, I encouraged my spiritual being, my emotional being, my mindful being, and my physical being at the same time, all at one time. I was encouraging myself, and in a way, because I was preparing myself that if there was nobody around me to help encourage me, that I was setting myself up for success. For those times when nobody was encouraging me to overcome, I had myself to encourage. So it was a way to help lift me up. So in the end, just like in 1 Thessalonians in the Bible, it says, therefore encourage one another and build each other up. Encourage each other. Be with each other and be each other's light. Encourage others. Be the voice of encouragement and encourage yourself. I hope this was of value for you today, and stay tuned for the next episode of this series. I hope you share this with somebody that could hear it, that could need a little bit, that would benefit from a little bit of encouragement today because something maybe going through a struggle, and know that they can be lifted out of that with your help, and hopefully by hearing this, that knowing that they can encourage themselves out of that struggle. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.